Good evening. Good evening. A second here. Oh, that's what this is. Okay. Good evening. And we've got welcome. My name is Manny, and my program is normally Manny Behind the Mic. I am transitioning to a program, new title called Manny's Hard Truth or The Hard Truth. Still playing with that. But a while back, a few months ago, if I'm not mistaken, it was earlier this year. I had a gentleman on, a filmmaker, Joshua Moroles. He did a documentary of about when the Queen Isabella Causeway was struck. This was the weekend after September 11th of 2001, and then he's made a couple. He made a documentary about that, and then he's done a couple more after that. And then the one that's getting attention and what's got people talking right now is a discussion about water and how clean is your water. And he's been testing water and water sources and doing a lot of research. And it's got people wondering about their water. And I'm real particular about water. I don't like tap water. Well, I'm from Chicago originally, and Chicago water tastes good and it's clean. New York also tastes good and it's clean. I don't recall any other kinds of tap water which I'm partial to. But when I moved down here down to South Texas back in 2000, I mean, I always noticed the Brownsville water had a particular taste and maybe a slight odor, and I was not a fan. So we've been doing bottled water ever since then. I can happily say I haven't used RGV South Texas water from the tap, except to like take a shower and stuff. And even when I brush my teeth and do all that stuff, I've got a little bottle of water there. I don't use the tap water stuff. So uh, let's jump right into the discussion, and let me welcome Joshua. How you doing, Joshua?
What's up, everyone? How's it going? Thanks for having me back, bro.
Yeah, how's it been going? I know I had you. This was earlier this year, right?
I believe so. Yeah, it was earlier this year. I've been busy, man. I've been at it. It seems like the issues keep on unraveling themselves day by day, and it's very interesting because it doesn't stop. And now with the whole new Proposition 4 that just passed, I mean, you're going to start seeing a lot more stuff with the water issues. So it's interesting.
Yeah. So now I don't know if what your ultimate, I I guess your ultimate goal was. I mean, you were making movies and you made a documentary. And what I don't know if some people from out of the area may not know, but and I don't want to call it a crusade, but you've been on a hustle checking water up and down the valley and testing it for, I guess, purity. Is that what that is mainly?
Yeah, it's TDS, total dissolved solids, which is inside all water. So you'll see like this right here is a TDS meter. It's a cheap one that I got off of TikTok, but the important part is it works. So I think a lot of people think that since it's a cheap instrument, that it doesn't work. But the truth is, these instruments tell you that something is definitely in the water because if you test out enough water, it
Mm.
shows different readings across the board for every single place that I've tested. So
What does something like that cost? A meter like that?
this one is 8.99, 12.99 on Amazon, and they range up to about $400. And then the like super high ones that test for everything are about 4 grand. So they have a large range of price, but uh, for something that's easy, simple, that you want to take and stuff in your pocket anywhere to see if you have a lot of total dissolved solids, which is stuff that's dissolved in your water. Uh,
Mm.
you can take this anywhere, and if you want highly purified water, the lower the number, the better the purified water is.
Right. So a while back, you made a movie, and if I'm not mistaken, it's called "When We Drowned." When we
Before we
drowned. before we drowned. And you were talking about we had this rain spell. It was a bad couple days of rain. This was March of
March 27th
last year, right?
this year.
That was this year.
This year, yep.
Holy cow! This year is crawling.
Yeah.
So March 27th, and then so from March. And so you made that movie real quick. You made that film real quick.
I made it in 45 days. This is my third documentary. The reason I was able to make it in 45 days is because I used artificial intelligence. And before, I had to rely on people and everyone else to like help me along the way. And it's so time consuming working with other people when it's myself and I'm working with a tool. I got it out in 45 days. I submitted it into film festivals. It won 2 Best Documentary Feature awards, and that's where it's at right now. So I'm about to release it because I did have it in 2 local film festivals, but it was not accepted in the film festivals because they didn't like that I used AI. But my goal for this was to get it out into the public as soon as possible because obviously water is something that you cannot escape. You simply cannot escape. You brush your teeth, you wash your hair, you take showers, you cook with it. I mean, it's inescapable as much as air is.
So was your point of that documentary about the flooding? And then it graduated into, this is not clean water. Is that what happened?
Yeah. So what happened with that is the issues that happen year over year with residents across the Rio Grande Valley. So the documentary is about the next Hurricane Beulah that's going to hit the Rio Grande Valley. I cannot say it's overdue because weather people have yelled at me and all this stuff. The weather anchors and all this stuff. Meteorologists,
yeah.
The degrees, they've all yelled at me and said, well, you can't say that. So whatever. It's overdue. At some point, we will get another storm that is comparable to Hurricane Beulah. If it didn't happen this year, maybe next year, maybe in 10 years. But the point is, it is overdue and it will happen at some point. And across the Rio Grande Valley, I found that 82,000 homes and 300 facilities flood within the Rio Grande Valley because we are in the Rio Grande Valley floodplain. That's Rio Grande Valley research. I found Texas research for the Texas floodplain that shows the entire Rio Grande Valley is in the entire floodplain. So if we get some massive catastrophe of biblical proportions, that shows that the entire Rio Grande Valley can be flooded. The entire Rio Grande Valley.
So I got to say, as far as hurricanes, we have been lucky. We haven't been directly hit by some of these that have gone. Initially, they were aiming at Brownsville, but then, those models or for whatever the reason, the hurricane just started to curve north, and it's been like that for years. It's happened year after year. We've been very lucky not to get a direct hit.
Yeah, thank God, because I think some people thought that I was like rooting for a hurricane to hit us. Like, no, absolutely not. Are you kidding me, man? Come on.
Yeah, no, I wonder how big that hurricane would have to be and how far. I mean, would it have to continue going inland versus traditionally curving up like they do?
I talked to a storm chaser, and he was talking about this model. They modeled a hurricane, and it's called Hurricane Tejas, which goes directly into, I believe, in Hidalgo County, and it shows that it will literally, pretty much what I told you, it will flood the entire area. And it's called Hurricane Tejas, so you all can look it up if you want. But it's interesting because I never heard about that. Like, I'm not into storms or I'm not into hurricanes, but this thing piqued my interest. And what happens with the water issues that we're talking about is when it has high hurricanes and this high rain that comes, the Arroyo Colorado and the Rio Grande River, they flood and they overflow. And that water goes into homes and businesses across the Rio Grande Valley. And the water inside the Arroyo Colorado and the Rio Grande River is highly toxic. There's chemicals that are banned there's herbicides, there's pesticides that are banned to this day. There's arsenic. There's, from what I understand from a border patrol agent that I talked to, there's bodies, there's dead carcasses in there. So you think
Arsenic? You said arsenic?
arsenic, yeah. So I got scoffed at one time when I was at a hurricane prevention seminar, and one of the guys asked me to speak. So I gave like my 5 minute speech, and I kind of dropped the bomb, and I said, "Hey guys, why are there so many sick people here in the Rio Grande Valley? If you think about it, we have high rates of cancer, high rates of respiratory disease, a lot of illnesses, high diabetes rates, and a lot of it's, I'm not saying it's caused by the water, but a lot of it is from the stuff that's in the water. So you're talking about like the heavy metals, the copper, the arsenic, the lead, all these things lead to these certain health risks that are associated with what the Rio Grande Valley faces. High rates of cancer. There's so much stuff that's attributed to these things that are in the water. So I kind of talked about that, and I was talking about the arsenic, and I can only assume it was a guy that worked for one of the water places here in the Rio Grande Valley, and he kind of up and he scoffed at me. It's like, well, everybody knows there's arsenic in the water. I didn't know. I didn't know till last year. I didn't know.
Everybody knows. Yeah, I know. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So, and the crazy part about that too is what happens. Like right now, we're going through a drought. The Falcon Dam and all these dams that feed us water are really low. So what happens when they're low is the arsenic actually concentrates. So you're getting more arsenic in the water that's coming out across the Rio Grande Valley.
And where is that arsenic coming from?
It's natural. It's natural from the ground.
Holy crap. Well, that's not good. And then I know you mentioned floaters. That's what we call dead bodies. They're in the water that just, for whatever reason, crimes happen and they end up in the water. Yep. I mean, that's toxic in itself right there. I mean,
absolutely.
You know, there's that story of, I can't remember her name. It's a woman in Los Angeles who, what is that notorious hotel that's on Skid Row? Oh man, I can't think of it because I'm in a different mode right now. But she was staying at the hotel and then she disappeared. Huh. And then people who were visiting the hotel, one day the water tasted funny. And they sent management up to the water tower on the roof, you know, traditional big water tank.
Hear about that. Yeah, I did hear about that.
And they found a body floating in the water. And people were drinking that stuff. And I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And that's a whole weird case. That's all over YouTube. But I can imagine. There you go. Thank you, Leanne. The Cecil Hotel.
There you go. Yeah, I did hear about that.
Yeah, and I can imagine. Oh man, that's horrible. Mm-hmm. So, okay, so you discovered all this. I remember you were talking about there's even that the banned substance DDT.
Yep.
Is coming up. I guess that's so into the ground that it just every time it gets wet, it's
from farm runoff. So what happens is there's obviously a bunch of farms here in the Rio Grande Valley, so they're using pesticides, herbicides, and when it rains, it flows into the Arroyo Colorado, and then from there, it pretty much stays in there until it's moved by these massive rains that come in, and then it disrupts it and it pushes it out. But even you're talking about not only that. When new builders come in and they turn up the land that was once citrus land or used for farming, now all those chemicals that had soaked into the ground years and years over the past since 1900s, now they're getting disturbed and they're being pushed up into the land now. And when it rains, that stuff also flows out. So people are on top of it, and new homes and new buildings and new commercial buildings and all that stuff. So.
Wow. So it turned into flooding, and then that water. Was it on a? What made you? What made you check that water? Like, I know you were just talking about flooding at first, interested in the flooding. Why do we flood, and why is it so bad, and infrastructure and all that stuff. But then, at what point did you actually decide to check the water?
I'd always had that question in the back of my mind is like, why are there so many sick people here in the Rio Grande Valley? That had always been a recurring thing for many years. And I was just like, well, this is the valley. Everybody's sick, and everybody's sick around the world. Like it's no different. And I started looking at the statistics and the data, and it shows that there's significantly more people here in the Rio Grande Valley that suffer from heart disease, diabetes, obesity. And I started jumping into the cancer rates. There's cancer rates that are high levels here. There's certain rare cancers that are found here in the Rio Grande Valley that aren't found anywhere else. There's anencephaly that happened in the 1990s, where babies were being born without part of their brain in Brownsville, and it had a lot to do with the Mexican side, that was dumping the chemicals in the water and stuff like that. So,
Mm.
the Rio Grande Valley is notorious for having agricultural land, and with that comes these pesticides, these herbicides, these chemicals that are used in the land to treat this, but they also are devastating to the people who work with them, who live around them, and who are exposed to them.
Yeah. So when we talk about water, so we're not talking about just water. I mean, we're talking about animals that drink that water, or
The
like this
crop,
comment here, the fish that are in the water, and then we're consuming that, and
and also the crops that we eat.
the vegetables and the fruit, everything that we eat, everything is.
Everything has to be watered some way, and everybody drinks water.
So what is the shelf life of like DDT? Isn't that? I mean, I know that's been banned for 50 years almost,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, some of these chemicals that I found, I believe it was like over 17 different chemicals that are toxic to humans. A lot of them are forever chemicals, which means that they never die. And if they do, their half-life, if they do decompose, I mean, they decompose into something that's just equally as bad as the actual chemical. So it's like you can't get rid of this stuff.
Wow, that's very disturbing.
I think my whole goal with this is a lot of people think I'm doomsday and I'm trying to like talk bad about the Rio Grande Valley. It's not. People are adults. Y'all can make up your own damn minds. If you want to drink the water, drink the water. If you don't want to drink the water, don't drink the water. But my goal here is awareness, because I shit you not, man. Every single day, I'm getting messages, I'm getting comments, I'm getting calls. People find my number. People, please do not call me, all right? People find my number and they call me and say, hey, can you check this? Can you check this? Because they're concerned. Like, until I started talking about this, people were cooking food with their water. They're cooking the sopitas. Everybody in the Rio Grande Valley cooks sopitas, pastas, all that stuff. And
Yeah.
when I started hearing about what I was talking about, is if you boil water, it'll get rid of the bacteria, but it does not get rid of the heavy metals that are in there. It doesn't get rid of all the chemicals that are in there. It only gets rid of the bacteria. So when a city issues a boil notice, the reason why they issue boil notice is because there's bacteria that was found in the water. So the boil notice only tells people to boil your water, which gets rid of the bacteria, but it does not get rid of the heavy metals like the arsenic, the lead, the copper, any of that stuff. It's still in the water.
Holy crap! So boiling it is just for that live bacteria. That I mean, it is harmful.
Yeah.
But that live bacteria is more like an immediate effect.
Yes,
These metals you're talking about are probably things that are gonna do you in over time, and you keep drinking the water, and over a lifetime.
it's a bioaccumulation. So you'll get sick right away from coliform bacteria or fecal bacteria, which are the only two kind of bacteria that are found in drinking water and tap water, which is coliform bacteria and fecal matter. They're both from animals and humans, or plants, right? But the other parts, like the heavy metals and stuff like that, even if you boil it, I did a test the other day because I wanted to test out. If I boil the tap water, I test the TDS with the TDS meter. I boil it down. What it shows is that the total dissolved solids, they concentrate more, so you have a higher total dissolved solid number on here. So that means that whatever's in there is getting concentrated even more.
Oh man.
Yeah.
And so we're talking about now. What about? I'm not. You may not know this, but even stuff like taking a shower, especially even if you don't drink the tap water, a lot of people when they're brushing their teeth, they'll rinse their you just open the faucet and take some water and then rinse. But that's I actually, it was because of you. I put a little bottle of water in the bathroom, and that's what I use to rinse. I don't use the tap water anymore.
Yeah.
But so, do you have any of those numbers offhand? Some of the cancer rates that you were talking about before. I don't know if you have any of those offhand.
Let me pull them up. I think what's interesting to say about that is like for example, I don't have a shower filter here, right? So I shower, I do quick showers. I don't get it in my mouth. I brush my teeth. I make sure I spit it out. The good thing about the tap water is it does have fluoride, so you need fluoride for your teeth, obviously, right? But the thing is that I think people need to be aware of the water issues here. That way, they can limit the amount of water they're being exposed to.
Holy cow. Yeah, and the whole thing for me about it's I've been watching the things you post, and I know there's a lot of people out there that either are, it's not that they're not interested, but, and I don't want to call them haters because I don't know, that's a word people like to throw around too much.
Yeah.
But for some reason they think you have some kind of motive, or you're selling something, or like you said, you're just trying to scare people for some reason.
Yeah.
And you get people saying weird things. It's like, dude,
Yeah.
calm down.
Yeah, they got mad because on my TikTok, I sell these. I wouldn't say a brand ambassador, but they're on TikTok. They're $8.99. If I get a commission, I'm making like a less than 50 cents. Guys, the point is, I don't care if you buy it from me or not.
Right,
Like,
right.
just use something so you can test your water to see if it's good enough to drink. That's it. Like, that is my whole goal here. You think I'm gonna make like millions of dollars off these little cheap? I'm not, guys. I'm not rolling up in a Rolex to freaking Watermill Express over here, man. Like,
Yeah, no, I get that.
I really do care about the health of the Rio Grande Valley, because this is where I live. This is where I have my family. This is where everybody I know, these are where all my friends are. The last thing I want to do when I wake up in the morning and check Facebook or Instagram or TikTok is see that another friend got cancer, or somebody's suffering from some health related issue that's from the environment around here. And you were asking about the cancer rates here. The mortality rates for cervical cancer here are approximately 55% higher in the Rio Grande Valley compared to anywhere else in the United States. So just think about that, 55% higher. That should like catch people's attention, because that's mind-boggling.
Higher than the rest of Texas? Is that what you mean?
Oh, the United States average.
Oh, the United. Oh my goodness.
Higher. Yeah. So think about that. Like, this is a huge problem that we're having here. But then you tie on top of that, like, heart disease, which is the number one killer here in the Rio Grande Valley, diabetes, obesity rates. It's like everything here is pointing to something in the environment that's going on, and it can't be from our cute tacos or tacos that we're getting here from Stripes.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we like lard, we like tamales, we like menudo and all that stuff, but something else is going on here that somebody hasn't figured out. And I don't know what it is. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a chemical engineer. I don't know. But I know how to look at data. And I know literally the data is staring us in the face, saying that something in the environment is pointing to why we have high rates of sicknesses here in the Rio Grande Valley.
Wow. Yeah, Chrissy made a comment here. Her oncologist told her not to eat fruits or vegetables unless she skins them completely because of the chemicals, and her immune system is very sensitive right now because of treatment and cancer.
Which is a lot of people here in the Rio Grande Valley. A lot of people are very what's the word? They're not immune. I forget they're very susceptible to disease and illnesses in this region. And you'll hear a lot of doctors say that. It's like, a lot of doctors tell people not to drink the water. A lot of doctors will tell people not to feed their babies water. So, and we face another challenge here, because if you think about this, the Rio Grande Valley has high rates of poverty. Hidalgo County alone has 155,000 people that are living in poverty. So that means that they can't afford food, a lot of food. They can't afford clean drinking water. So they're getting whatever they can at whenever they can. So you're not this large majority of the population is not buying bottled water every single day because they simply can't afford it.
Right.
So
Yeah,
they have
that's very true.
to use the tap water.
Yeah, and they got no choice. I
Mhm.
mean, yeah, yeah. I didn't even think about that. I don't know. You take bottled water, you take water for granted. I guess hey, it's water. It's from the environment. It's natural. It's clean, and then you come along and ruin everybody's day. It's only that's poisonous stuff.
Don't drink this shit.
So a little bit later, you're actually going to test something. You got some water you haven't tested yet, and you're going to show us
Yeah.
what that's like.
Yeah.
So the reason I started thinking about this a lot leading up to this program because I was talking to somebody about because I go out and get water. I get from the water mill or a couple of these different places that are out there. And I remember, was it you or somebody else was saying that you can drink that's clean water or it's filtered water, but it's a little too stripped from all the minerals, so it's not bad for you, but you're not getting the stuff you're supposed to get from water.
Yeah.
So that's when I started drinking this stuff. It doesn't have to be this. Any water with alkaline water is called. But that brought up another question was, what about these companies like Culligan and whatever the other companies are, and they put a filtration system, I guess reverse osmosis.
Right.
Does that do any good?
Yeah. So reverse osmosis cleans the water. It makes it highly purified, which strips all of the good stuff and all of the bad stuff out of the water. This is what Watermill Express does. This is what Primo Water Station does. This is what Culligan Water does. They give you, to their ability, the highest purified water that they possibly can. I've tested, I don't even know how many at this point. They're all on my TikTok. But I go to Primo Water Stations, Watermill Express, I test Culligan, and all of them test between a 7 and a 35. So that is highly purified water, which gets rid of all the good stuff and all of the bad stuff. The good thing about that is you're drinking highly purified water, which is very clean, and you can add your minerals. You can add your salt in there, which will help you hydrate. But the next best option is this is what I drink, which is a Texas HEB spring water.
Mhm.
And this is from a spring. It does have I believe it's about 55 TDS, which we'll test it in a bit. But this has minerals in the water that keep you hydrated. Now, if you're drinking Watermill Express and you're drinking Primo water and you wonder why you're never hydrated, it's because it's stripped of all those minerals. And the perfect example of this is I went to go get a blood test, I think like 2 months ago. And my physician told me that I was dehydrated. I drink water all day long.
Mhm.
So if I'm dehydrated, you can imagine that other people are dehydrated. Like
Yeah.
you reach for your water right there.
Mhm.
So you got to think about that. If you're dehydrated, that comes with a lot of health risks too, because you're not hydrated. You're going through life where your lips are dry, your skin is dry. Your body's not primed to handle any other minerals that it can take in from. You get minerals from foods and salts and stuff that you eat naturally, right? But water is essential. Like you're supposed to hydrate up to like 100 ounces per day, and I can guarantee you that most people are not even drinking a fraction of that. Some people
Right.
don't even drink water. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, I know. I know somebody who drinks a lot of Dr. Pepper all day, but not a lot of water.
Yeah.
So one thing I saw, and I don't think it was yours, because when I started searching water, aside from all of your videos, have you ever tested? And this question came up here. Have you ever tested refrigerator filtered water?
Yeah, no, I've never tested it because the problem with that is at the beginning it's going to test clean, but over time, and this is one of the problems I have with this. Over time, it's going to start getting dirty, so that number is going to start going up with like the TDS meter, and more minerals are going to be introduced to it. Not all minerals are good. Not all minerals are bad. Some of them are good for you, but the thing is, when I believe it was Texas A&M. They came down to Alamo and Progreso, and they tested a bunch of homes that were in colonias, and 100% of all those homes tested for arsenic. Their solution to that was they gave them Brita water filter systems. They gave them all Brita water filter systems. The problem with that is you're giving colonias and these people that are in poverty, you're giving them Brita water filter systems. When that filter goes away, or if you didn't teach them that you have to change this filter,
Right.
they're drinking the same crap water eventually at some point because
Right.
they don't know to change a filter or they can't afford the new filter. And it's an education and informational type of thing. Like when I was working, when I was making a huge stink about this, and it was at the height of this, I got I forget if it was the governor's or somebody in the Rio Grande Valley. They have an office here, and it's in Westago. I think it's the governor's. They have an annex here in Westago, and they invited me over. We chatted, and they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna work together. We're gonna figure this out." And then crickets, gone. Their solution was, "Yeah, we give them rid of water filter systems. There you go. Good job. Carry on, guys." That doesn't work. That simply does not work because you're missing the educational and informational aspect of it. Is you have to teach people how to use these things. If you don't, they're going to go right back to how it was.
And financial, because now you got to replace the filter every, I don't know. Some of them say 90 days, but if you drink a lot of water, or the water is really dirty, that can get, I mean, you're talking about every 30 days at least. And I don't know what those filters cost. I imagine they cost $15 a piece, maybe something like that.
Yeah, they're about $20, $25. So when
Yeah.
you think about that, the last thing you want to go to add on to your shopping list is another Brita water filter system. I mean,
Right. It's like, man, do I buy meat and bread, or I got to buy this filter this week or something? And yeah, I get it.
And I think honestly, I still do the water because I feel like, it's something that I stumbled upon. I've seen the views start to taper down, but every single day, like I tell you, I'm getting messages and comments from people saying, "Can I test this? Can I test this?" So I'm very aware of giving back to the community, because if I can go and test water that I'm going to drink anyways, I'm down for it. And if I can create content for it, I'm good, because if it saves one family from consuming water that could cause illnesses in their family or their kids or for them, I'm all for it, because like I said, I'm for the community here. I don't want to see more sick people here. I want to see the reverse. I want to see people getting healthy. And that seems to be a problem here, because I hate to say this, I don't think people care enough. And this is my assessment that I've gotten since March, that I've seen this, because at the height, I was getting millions of views, and it's starting to taper down. I can see it. And I think either people have gotten fatigued with the message that I'm putting out, or they're like, well, I can't do anything about it, so who cares? So I honestly think that maybe people are fatigued, or they simply just don't care enough.
Yeah. It's not as impactful. And a lot of times when you hear, or when cancer hits your family or your friends, you don't think about water, right, or what's in the water. You think about, oh, he or she must have been a smoker, or oh, he or she got some, whatever happened, pancreas or kidney, but you don't think about water. Right. I read a book. It's called Water Cures, and the benefits of water are incredible, even to ward off, simple illnesses. Keeping your body and your organs hydrated does so much for you. It's incredible, just what simple water can do. And I think if people would invest, instead of buying a 24 case of Dr. Pepper, Coke, or even Diet Coke, get some. Doesn't have to be this. Just get water. Just get water.
This is a cheap alternative. I go through probably about two cases a week on this stuff, plus the Watermill Express, the gallons that I'm getting too. So, like I said, I consume tons of water, and I'm still dehydrated. So that's mind-boggling to me, man.
Yeah. Well, also we're down here in South Texas, where it's, usually, I think the median temperature year round is like 89, 90 degrees. So it's always hot. You go outside, you're gonna sweat a little bit, and you're always dehydrated.
Yeah.
You got to have water. Now, somebody mentioned well water. I can't imagine that's any better than.
Some of it is some. If you, I heard that you can buy well, like an actual well for about $2,500 to about $10,000. If you can afford that, by all means, you take care of your water, because if you have your own water source that you protect, that you clean out, that you make sure is good, you're gonna have good cleaning drinking water. Like I believe there's some place in Mission inside a Winter Texan ranch. I forget what it was, but supposedly they have like some of the best, cleanest water in the entire Rio Grande Valley. And I don't know how truthful that is, but that brings me to another point, is the Consumer Confidence Report. You ever seen one of these?
No.
So this is the Consumer Confidence Report that your city gives you every single year during summer. And it tells you the exact chemicals that are found inside your drinking water, the tap water that comes out of your sink, that you bathe with, that you clean with, that you water your plants with, that you cook with.
Oh, you mean the report that our city's supposed to give us every year or make available?
You're supposed to get it every single summer. So if you're not getting it, it's probably on their websites, and they're supposed to give it out to the community because it's through TCEQ. They're by law, they're supposed to give these out to everybody. And the problem with this is that you look at this, I don't know what the hell half of these things meant or were until I started diving into it, because if you give this to somebody, they're just going to toss it out with their bill after they paid it. The problem with this is that it tells you exactly what's in your water, but the problem with this is that it tells you a year later. So this exactly it was given to you this summer. In McAllen, for example, it was given to everybody. It's mailed out every single summer. This is the 2024 Consumer Confidence Report that is given to you in 2025 in summer. So that means a year later, you'll find out a year later that your water last year got copper, lead, fluorides, paleoacetic acids, PTHMs, arsenic, barium, cyanide, fluoride, nitrates, selenium, beta photon emitters, uranium, lithium, chloramines, and had one positive sample of coliform bacteria and one positive sample of fecal coliform bacteria. So you don't find this out until a year later.
And then you wonder, all right, what did they do since then to help that situation out?
Well, the problem with this, if you ever find coliform bacteria or fecal bacteria in your water, that water system is compromised, because there should never be any types of coliform bacteria or fecal matter inside that water. And I got a lot of heat for this from people that work in the water industry, saying that McAllen has some of the cleanest water in the Rio Grande Valley and in Texas, and other cities and counties are coming over here to figure out what we're doing. I don't know, guys. This is I don't know.
not too well, I would say.
Yeah.
Because fecal matter, in case somebody doesn't know, that's toilet poop. That's excrement. That's human waste.
Yes. And that's what I like about the TDS meters, because I have the TDS meter. I have this, which is another water test, and another water test, and it doesn't matter how many water tests I show, people will be like, well, that's not right, and this is not right, whatever. They'll always have something to say. But the problem with that is, if you're getting these tests like right here, and it shows that there was lead in it, or fluoride, or nitrates, or iron, or magnesium, and then you go back to your Consumer Confidence Report from last year, there's probably a good chance that those same chemicals are in the water this year again.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm not an idiot. Okay, I'm not a moron, but I do know that if the chemicals are showing up in the test that I do today, and they showed up in last year's water, they're probably in the water this year.
Still, right? No change.
Yeah.
Have you? Oh, Chuck is asking. By chance, have you checked any well water here in the RGV at all?
I have not. A lot of people ask me to check well water, and school water, I don't have access to them. Like I'd love to get access to them, but it's just I can't go to like somebody's house and knock on the door. Hey, let me test your tap water. They'll probably call the cops on me or something. But I do have a lot of people that reach out to me and they'll give me samples of water. The only problem with that is when I have to do the test right then and there and with the person, because if I do it and I just say, hey, this is McAllen tap water or this is Harlingen tap water,
Right.
they're going to find it hard to believe.
Right.
Trying to give them the best opportunity to be like, hey guys, I have no reason to lie to you all. Like my goal here is to tell you, like, this is McAllen tap water. This is what it's testing at compared to the other purified water.
Right.
I have nothing to gain from this.
Yeah, like you got a sweet deal in the water purification industry. You've got stock in or something. So, yeah, I know. I was like, why would you lie like that? And I imagine people would like to know. I mean, if you went by somebody's house, hey, I'm testing water. On the other hand, it's like, okay, you test the water and then it's dirty. They're like, well, what am I supposed to do now? Yeah. And especially if you're in a very low income area, tell them, oh yeah, just go get start buying bottled water. And they're gonna go, yeah, okay, give me the money to buy all the bottled water because that's I got eight kids and we drink a lot of water.
Yeah, it's a dual-edged sword, man. It's like you can't please anybody, you can't please everyone, man. So it's like sometimes I feel like I don't even know what to do. Like I don't even know what to talk about. Like, sorry guys, the thing is, I was working with Kohler for like a week or something like that, and they were trying to push their water filter systems, but they cost $7 to $10 grand. Who in their right mind in the Rio Grande Valley there's a few people, right, that have money that will buy that, but the majority of people can't afford that. You need a cost-effective solution for everybody because water should not be a commodity. It should not be priced out where people can't afford it. And if you think about this now, I've noticed this probably since March to now, since I've been testing the Watermill Expresses and the Primo water stations, the prices have gone up. They used to be a quarter. Now they're 35 cents and 50 cents. And if you're alkaline water, they're 60 cents. So the price has gone up this year.
So, oh man, just think about, I don't know. You hear those, you hear people talk, oh, when I was a kid, oh yeah, we drank water from the hose and all that stuff. Yeah. And it wasn't the hose that made the water bad. I mean, they gave it a certain taste because of the plastic, I'm sure, and the rubber, but it was really the source. And I remember drinking that stuff in Chicago. You're playing outside, you don't want to go inside your house, you just go take the hose, turn it on, and all your friends would share from it. And
I did it too.
So you've been testing water, all of these up and down, all these like Watermill, and I don't know the names of some of the other ones. Watermill is the big one, I guess, down here. And you know what? And you are right. Culligan, you can order those water filtration systems. They go under the sink. They'll come and install it. Yeah. But you're talking about $2,000 or $3,000. And you can finance it, but still, you're talking $2,000 or $3,000. Yeah. But when it comes to the minerals that you need, that strips all that away too. So you'll still have to end up somehow some kind of alkaline water. Yeah,
and they have alkaline systems, but those are expensive, which is the majority of people can't. So if your only option is to get a filtration, so you can find them online on Amazon for like $200, the ones that connect to your sink, and it'll do a good job. It'll do a good job for a while, for a few months, but you also have to remind yourself you need to change it over and over and over again. Your goal here should be getting highly purified water. The lower the TDS score on it, the lower the number, the better it is because it's highly purified. Like I said, you can go and buy some salt or something that I think this Himalayan salt or Celtic salt that you can add to it, which will add the minerals that will keep you hydrated, which is what you need.
Yeah, but how much salt do you put in a glass of water? Like,
I put about a pinch. I'll grab it out, put a pinch, and then that's it, pretty much.
Yeah, knowing me, I'd put a spoonful in there, and then you're compromising the taste, or now you got too much salt.
Yeah, no, a pinch is good, especially if you drink. I drink like 5-6 bottles a day of water, and I'll just do one pinch throughout the day, and then keep drinking. But I also started drinking like the electrolytes and stuff like that too. So I'm trying to get hydrated. I don't know why I can't. And the good way you'll find out is if you're hydrated is if your pee comes out clear.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. The more clear your pee is, the better your body is filtering the crap out.
Exactly. Yep.
And if it's really yellow, yellow and then darker than that, yeah, you got problems. You got serious problem.
But going back to your talk about the manguera water, the faucet, the hose water. A lot of this is the number one thing I get on people backlashing me on TikTok. Is like, I drink out of the water hose, I'll be fine. Man, you follow a lot of these people and they're sick. Like the people that are saying that are sick.
Yeah.
Like it's what it is. It's bioaccumulation over the years. One glass of tap water isn't going to kill you, but if you drink it every single day, you're cooking with it, you're bathing in it, you're getting exposed to it every single day, year after year. Especially if you're a baby or you're elderly, you're something at one point could happen. I can't say that it's gonna happen. It could happen.
Yeah. Yeah, because this is something, like you said, you're drinking it, you're using it over a lifetime.
Right.
It's not like once a month, I'm going to have a glass of water, and you only drink water once a month. Well, then you got other problems as well.
Yeah.
You started testing. So how does that work? How does that meter work? You got something there you can...
Yeah, let me show you.
How's your tap water?
This is a TDS reader, and what it does, it gives it a score. I don't know if you can see right there. It has 0, so let me clear this off. And it tests the total dissolved solids inside the water. So right here, you're not going to be able to see it, but this is a tap water. You guys, you're just going to have to trust me out here, right? Well, I'm going to test that one. So this is their tap water right here. I'm going to fill up another one that's empty right now. I'm going to fill it up with this spring water. And then one more, I'm going to test Fiji water. So I'm going to have 3 different containers here.
I was talking about Fiji water the other day, and I happen to think of all the bottled water, that one tastes really good.
Yeah, for some reason I don't like Fiji water. The one that I like is the green bottle. I forget what it's called.
Oh, is that deer something?
I forget what it is. Mountain spring water. I forget what it's called, but that one, I've been trying so much water. That one by far tastes the best to me. I'm sure other people have their own tastes, but Fiji water, for some reason, I don't know, the flavor doesn't taste good to me. But I'm going to test out the tap water here.
And that's McAllen tap water from your sink.
Straight from the sink. I'm going to test out the HEB spring water, and then I'll test out the Fiji water. Now, keep in mind, guys, that these right here are supposed to have minerals in it. So the TDS is going to show it higher. But your water's supposed to have, these waters are supposed to have minerals in it. That's why it's going to show stuff in there. When it gets too high and too elevated with minerals, that probably means that something is in the water that shouldn't be there. So let's test out this. So you can see 0 right there.
Yeah.
Let's test out I'll go with the spring water first. Brand new. Open it up. There you go. Keep it there. Let me show you. That's 0. Let's test this out. And this is testing at let me keep it here. This is testing at a 42. This is highly purified water. This is excellent drinking water, and it has some minerals in it because it's spring water. It's supposed to have minerals in it. So this is good drinking water right here.
And that's that HEB water you're talking about.
The HEB right here, spring water. This is what I drink every single day. The other waters that you get are highly purified, so it'll probably test a lot lower, which means that it's missing a lot of stuff. The great thing I like about this TDS meter here is that it auto calibrates. So let me clear it off. 0 right there. Now let's test out the Fiji water. I like to do this because a lot of people think I'm full of crap. So here's your Fiji water. All right, let's test this out. 0 right here. And that is testing at there we go. This is testing at a 152. Now, keep in mind that this water is supposed to have minerals, so that's why it's high.
Okay.
So, according to this meter, it's showing that this is good, typical tap water, but this is not tap water. This is Fiji water. It's specifically supposed to have minerals, so this water is good, right? So you can also read the back of the bottles of water. So this TDS meter in the back, if you read it, is a little misleading because it's supposed to test tap water. This is testing Fiji water, which is bottled water.
Right.
It's supposed to be mineral water. So let's clean this off here.
And do you need to clean that off, or is that okay just to go to the next one? Or
It auto calibrates. Technically, you're supposed to put it in distilled water. I just don't have any distilled water here. But across the board, I've tested this out so many times. It gives pretty good accurate readings because I have done this with Watermill Expresses across the Rio Grande Valley at multiple locations, and they all test between 7 and 10 across the board. So this is Macallan tap water right here. Auto calibrates. Let's test this out right here.
oh boy.
This is testing at a 684.
Holy mackerel. That sounds really high.
So like I said, this, if you look in the back, this tests for tap water right here. Let me see. This is over the EPA limits, which shows high mineral content in there. So this exceeds the EPA limit, and it says filtration recommended. So this is what you are drinking. This is what you're cooking with. And if you go back to the source of your consumer confidence report,
all that junk is in there.
What's in the water. So using a tool like this can show you if you're getting highly purified water, and then you can run other tests like this, and then cross-reference it with your consumer confidence report, and you can kind of get an idea of what's in there. And the problem I have with when officials say that your water is safe to drink, legally, yes, it is safe to drink because of the EPA limits. But I don't know anybody, I personally don't know anybody who would want to drink water with copper, lead, chlorides, haloacetic acids, TGHMs. And there's new research that I found with the disinfectant byproducts. So if most people aren't familiar with this, but the way they clean and disinfect water at all these water stations across the Rio Grande Valley is they use disinfectant products, which are the TTHMs, the haloacetic acids, and these are showing up in the water, which are showing up right here. These are the disinfectant products in the water, and they have been known to cause bladder and colorectal cancer, liver and kidney damage, reproductive problems, and increase in immunocompromised individuals, which are the young and the elderly. So these products that they use to disinfect the water are proven to cause cancer. So,
wow.
Man, I forgot which one's the tap water here, man.
Yeah, you should have labeled it, but just don't drink it, right?
Yeah, I'm not gonna drink them. So you think about that, like, I'm not here to like burst people's bubble. Like I said, if you guys want to drink the water, drink the water. Y'all are grown adults. Y'all can make your own decisions. I'm not your dad. I'm not your father. But the truth is, I'm here to share what's in your water, because it's not like I'm fabricating this stuff. Like it's literally in the literature and the stuff that they send you every single year that people throw away.
And who does that testing for that consumer confidence report where they get those numbers?
Each city is required to do tests throughout the year. How many tests they do, from what I hear, is that they can do up to 3 a day, or I don't know. I don't know how they get these results, but over time, they run averages. So they run averages throughout the year, and then it shows the chemicals that were in the water. And the numbers that you'll see on here, like the highest level detected, that'll show that was the highest level detected that year. And then it'll show like the range of samples. So it's just it's an average throughout the year, which can also be deceiving too, because if you have 10 samples and 9 of them didn't show up with any coliform bacteria or fecal matter, and that water went into the neighborhoods where people were drinking it, and people did get sick because you'll get sick really fast by drinking fecal matter. Uh,
Yeah.
it'll show one positive sample, which is kind of misleading because, I mean, by the time you know it, you've already drank the poop.
Right.
So
Wow. Yeah, Chuck was asking. I know that you're from the valley down here, but are you aware of the Flint, Michigan water situation they had a while back, or they're having? I guess
yeah,
Flint,
yeah,
Michigan just can't. I don't know. What is it with the Flint, Michigan?
yeah. It's just bad water. What's her name? Erin Brockovich. She did something over there. She's doing something in Corpus. I tried to get in contact with her. I got completely ignored. So
Well,
I
she's a big shot now.
for sure, yeah, I get it. It's fine, but that's why I kind of went the route, was like just awareness. I think people just need to be aware of the water issues that we're having here, and it's getting worse because we're in a drought. The water that Mexico owes us from the 1944 treaty.
I don't even want it.
Yeah, well, the thing is, it's coming from 6 polluted water sources, and technically, when it gets here into the United States, it's supposed to be cleaned. I don't know if it's going to get cleaned. It should be cleaned. It definitely should be cleaned. But I mean, according to the consumer confidence reports, it still shows that stuff is in the water. And I hope it does get better because I do have a lot of faith in the people that are in the water stations that work there. Because from what I understand, it's highly scientific. They're doing great jobs, and I'm not trying to shit on anybody, right? But I'm showing people like this stuff's still showing up in the water. So, I mean, I'm not going to drink it.
Yeah, I mean, I've always heard since I was a kid, Mexico, don't drink the water, don't drink the water. So when I moved down here, we are so close to Mexico that I still didn't drink the water. I was like, nah, there's got to be a mix of that water somehow, at some amount, on some level.
Yeah, I think people don't understand that all the drinking water in the Rio Grande Valley comes from the Rio Grande River and also some other areas in the Rio Grande Valley, like I forget what it's called. There's areas that they get the water from, but
Yeah.
most of it's coming from the Rio Grande River, which is known to be highly polluted.
Yeah. Have you visited any of these water filtration plants that are down here?
No, I've gotten invited a couple of times to the one in Harlingen. I haven't gone yet. So I've gotten invited to the one in McAllen, but I don't know, man. I don't go because I don't feel comfortable. I feel like they're gonna just tell me what they want to tell me, and they're gonna show me what they want to tell me or show me, and then when 2025 report comes out, it's still gonna show the same stuff. So it's like, why even bother? I'll just wait for the 2025 report to come out in 2026.
Yeah, I can see that. So you've tested all these little water stations. I know there's different brands. Watermill Express being I think is one of the bigger ones.
Yeah.
And they've all been pretty clean water.
Yeah, like I said, they range about 7 to 10. I think the highest one that I tested was at like a 22, which is still highly purified. And you want to know something else? Whoever is in charge or owns those Watermill Expresses is banking, because if you ever look at how many there are, like just Google it, man. I wish I had that many water stations, man. It's insane how many there are.
Yeah, they're all over the place.
All over the place. All over the place.
And what about I know I think Walmart, HEB does, some of them do have a water station where you can take your big water bottle inside and fill it up in there. Have you tested any of those from the big
just
stores?
the one in Alamo, which is a purified water, and then it also has the alkaline water. I think the alkaline water tested at like a 90, and the purified water tested like at a 22. It's on my TikTok, but your alkaline water is supposed to test higher because it's supposed to have all those minerals in it. So I personally don't think that it was worth the 60 cents that you're paying for the alkaline water, because I've tested it. Like I've gotten, like you test these, they're like 125, or I forget what the number was, but your alkaline water is supposed to have high levels of minerals in it. So it's supposed to be really good for you, versus like the one that you buy inside the store, the alkaline water, the exact same one that you get outside, The one you can buy inside is alkaline water as well, but it's like $2.50 inside
Right.
versus 60 cents inside. So I forget the alkalinity or the TDS inside from the one inside HEB versus the one outside. But I found the one that's outside is not worth the price.
Yeah. Hey, what is some people may want to know what is, if you don't mind, what your TikTok is so they can follow you on there.
My TikTok is, I think it's just Josh Moroles.
Josh. Okay.
Yeah, Josh Moroles, I
That's
believe.
at TikTok does the at right?
I'm not sure.
I don't
It
remember.
is. Let me see. This is. It's Joshua.Moroles. JOSHUA.MOROLES. And you'll find me. I'm in a green suit.
All right. If you want to follow Joshua and look at some of the tests he's done at the different water mills,
Yeah, I got
look him up on TikTok. He's all plastered all over Facebook too. You can't. It's hard to miss.
Yeah, and I've been testing a lot of restaurants too. A lot of people ask me to test out the coffee stations, which is like Starbucks, Dutch Bros.
Oh, yeah, I saw you did go to a Starbucks, right?
Yeah, I tested
That was
out I think
clean.
like 4 of them already, and all of them are good. They have highly purified water, which is good.
Yeah, and I imagine they really care about their water because they really care about their expensive coffee, so they got to have clean water.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you done the McDonald's?
Yeah, I done McDonald's. Sorry guys to break it to you, it's just regular tap water, man.
Oh, see, so I heard, and I've been preaching this to everybody, that McDonald's got the best tasting soda, Coke, Diet Coke, Sprite, whatever. I was told that it's double filtered.
Oh, really?
Yeah, apparently it gets filtered coming into the building, and then it gets filtered again before it gets into their machines and stuff.
I would hope so, because when I go and I ask all these restaurants, I ask them for a glass of water. So I assume that the water that they're giving me is the same exact water that they give all of their customers. So I don't know if it's filtered through the drinking systems, but I asked for a cup of water. So
I'm surprised they don't just give you an empty cup and then you go to the station and get your own water from there. I guess it's filtered.
I would assume. I mean,
how bad was it?
I believe. Let me check right here. I'll find out really fast. McDonald's. That's Starbucks. I've tested out so many water places here. There's Whataburger. McDonald's right here. This one's just at a 693. So it's
$6.93.
693 in McDonald's, and that was the McDonald's.
That's not good.
That was a McDonald's in Mexico. Yeah, so 693 is technically like you're drinking McAllen tap water.
Well, that's not filtered at all then.
No, absolutely not. Nope. Chick-fil-A had good water. That's another place that had highly purified water.
So Chick-fil-A is good. McDonald's bad.
McDonald's bad, I believe. Let me check Whataburger because I forgot what it was. Let me see. Also, the McDonald's in McAllen. This one was at one in McAllen was 585, which is over the EPA limits.
And that's which place?
That's McDonald's in McAllen.
McDonald's. Oh man, McDonald's is just not doing it. That's disappointing.
Yeah, I love to drink. I love to eat Panda Express when I'm in a hurry or I'm out in the field somewhere. I always eat the chicken and the rice, the white rice, and I always test out the water across all of the Panda Expresses across the Rio Grande Valley, and they also have regular tap water. That one's testing at like 470 for Panda Express. Yeah, I really hope that they don't make the steamed rice or the white rice with water, with tap water. I heard that they don't, but I don't know. I don't work there, so I can't really tell you.
No, man. I imagine they do.
Yeah, I would assume too.
Holy cow. Well, this has been very, very eye-opening. And Chrissy was asking, and I've heard about this, and I heard it does. It's not good for you to keep any kind of plastic, even with food, in the sunlight, because the sunlight gets into the plastic. The plastic just releases these chemicals.
Yeah, the
that are in the plastic.
microplastics.
Yeah,
Microplastics. Yeah, those build up in your body. Like all those bottles of water that are outside of the convenience stores that you see piled and stacked up. Like
Yep.
people notice them. You're gonna start to notice them even more now. If they've been sitting out in the sun for days and weeks and months, that sun's just baking them over and making them really hot.
Yeah.
I was getting interviewed by a UTRGV radio station, and one of the guys served in the army, and he was saying that at one point, when he was doing his mission, they threw out a bunch of purified water just out there, and they left it all out there. And they're like, "Go at it, guys, get whatever he wants." But he knew better, because he's like, "Well, these have been sitting out here forever. I'm going to try to dig into the bottom and find one hasn't been baked by the sun." But
Yeah.
you're talking about microplastics that are in everything, and they accumulate in your body.
And it's the same thing with styrofoam containers. You're going to microwave. You're going to heat some Panda.
Yeah.
The microwave container. You're going to heat that up. Guess what? You're releasing those little microplastics or whatever. Now it's not the heat that does it for water. It's the sun that's interacting with the plastic, but it's not the heat. So if you keep it in the car, but you got it covered up with something or under a towel or whatever, that's better than just your bottle of water sitting there in the direct sunlight. At least that's what I was told.
I think everybody's goal is just to find good purified water, and if you fill it up in your own bottle or glass bottle every single day, I think that's probably the best choice that you can do. But I get it. People are busy. They have things to do. They have kids to feed. They have other lives and all that stuff. So, I mean, my goal here is, like I said, awareness. That's it. And it's not to be doomsday person and say you're going to die from drinking the water.
Right.
I don't know what to tell you guys. Just make better decisions.
But you will if you keep drinking the tap water. You're going to get sick at some point.
Well, I cannot say that. You can.
Yeah, and I'm not a doctor giving advice, but don't drink the tap water. The further south in the United States you live, if you're attached to Mexico, the further south you live, don't drink. I know it's hard. Get bottled water or get purified water. Get a system in there or something.
Something to clean your water.
Yep. Hey, listen, man, I appreciate you coming on here. It's been very enlightening, and people have been wanting to hear, what you had to say about water. And I know you get a lot of hate on your page by the ignorant people or people that don't care, whatever. But we support you, man. I'm glad that you're looking into this, and maybe the next time around we can figure out if these municipalities are doing anything about it. Maybe we can dig into this consumer confidence reports and see who. I'm gonna send a text message to my friend who's a commissioner, and I'll say, where can I find this?
Yeah, what city is yours?
Brownsville.
Brownsville. Okay, give me 1 second. I'll tell you exactly what is in your water last year.
Oh man.
Let me see. So if you actually go to brownsville/pub.com/utility, you'll get the drinking water report here. I'll put it in the comments section. That way, if your guests want to see exactly what's in the water, they can. So,
I found it. Drinking water quality report 2025.
Yes, I just popped it in there into the comment section. So, right here it shows that this is for southmost. Oh, wait, there's two of them on here. I forgot about this. There's one for southmost water. Let me see. Southmost. Oh, damn it, went away.
Southmost Regional Water Authority.
So that's one of them. And then if you scroll down, there's another one that says Brownsville Public Utilities Board, Table 1, constituents detected in your water. It should be on the second page. So I'm guessing this is two different areas in Brownsville that are serviced. So if you see
Table 1. You said Table 1?
So the first one that you saw right there, which was the Southmost Regional Water Authority.
Yeah.
So if you see that, there was arsenic, copper, barium, fluoride, selenium, lead, cyanide, chromium, nitrate. There's these disinfection byproducts, which are the ones that have been known to cause cancer, which are the triohalomethanes, the
Oh
haloacetic
yeah.
acids, chloramines. There's calcium, chloride, nickel, magnesium. Like some of these obviously are good for you, right? But if they're too high, then that's where the problem is. And if you scroll down to the second page and you see that's where it says Brownsville Public Utility Board table, you see that there was a coliform bacteria and fecal coliform bacteria that was found in 1.6% of the samples and then 0.8% of the samples. So that means that there was coliform bacteria and fecal coliform bacteria at some point last year in the water. And then you're also showing levels of arsenic, copper, barium, selenium, nitrate, fluorides, and then there's disinfectant byproducts again, which are the triohalomethanes, haloacetic acids, chloramines, chloramine dioxide, chlorides, turbidity, aluminum, calcium chloride. So
Damn.
that was in your water last year. So it might be safe to say that it is in your water this year.
Yeah, guys, if you want to look it up, it's in your municipality. Just look up your city and just add consumer confidence report. I mean, maybe add the word water in there, and you should get a link to. And it looks similar to that paper that you held up.
Yeah.
It's a PDF that they scan. It's in their system.
Let me bring your attention to one more part on that that document. If you scroll all the way down to the last page, you'll see that unregulated contaminants. You see that?
Oh, let me go back over there. Okay, which one?
So if that's same
Unregulated? Yeah.
Unregulated. So that right there, those are your forever chemicals. These are starting to show up because the United States, they have to start addressing these issues, and they have to show that this stuff is in the water. So all that PFHXS, PFBA, PFHXA, PFPEA, those are forever chemicals. These do not go away ever. Once they're in the environment, they stay there forever, and they keep growing. So you see these mid ranges and these ranges, min max. Those numbers are going to keep growing because, like I said, these are forever chemicals. These will never go away.
Lithium.
Yeah, go to that page 3.
Oops. Hang on, let me zoom out a little bit.
Right there to your left.
This stuff down here?
Yeah, that table right there.
Oh, yeah.
Those are 4 forever chemicals. And you'll start seeing those pop up across the Rio Grande Valley because they didn't have to test them before. Now they have to.
Range, minimum, maximum, 3.4.
As we're chatting, somebody just messaged me if I can test the water. Yeah, so those forever chemicals are dangerous. They're some of the most dangerous chemicals that are known to man because, like I said, they do not go away ever.
I wonder where that comes from.
That I'm not sure.
I mean, that's scary stuff, man.
Mm-hmm. This is in your tap water, by the way, people.
Yeah.
This is literally in your tap water. Like, not in. I don't know if it's in McAllen water because it didn't show up on the report, but it definitely showed up in the reports in Brownsville.
Here on the left, you can see what he was talking about: arsenic, copper, barium, fluoride, selenium.
Pay attention to the dates there. It says 2022, but this is yet a 2025 report. Does that
make sense? Man. Yep.
That makes absolutely no sense to me.
What the heck?
Yep.
Chromium. Isn't that the stuff from
It is. Chromium 6 is the one from
Aaron Brockovich movie?
Which, yeah, the one that got everybody sick. Yep.
Jesus. lead.
I'm glad you brought this up because these consumer confidence reports, they're important because most, like I said, 99% of people get it in their bill and trash it.
That's probably what I did, to be honest with you.
I did it for the past 40 years. I mean, I get it. I understand. But it is a tool to see what is in your water.
Holy crap. You guys, you got to remember that consumer confidence report. Look it up for your city. And especially if you drink tap water.
Yeah.
You know, and man, now I'm even thinking my sister and I go out to Mexican, those little cafes are all over the place.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, she likes to have the soup, you know, caldo. And I'm thinking, oh, man, that's tap water. I guarantee you, that's tap water.
And that's why I don't test out too many restaurants because I get it. It's tough enough being a restaurant owner.
I know when you're selling a plate of food for $3.
Yeah.
And then they sell you, you know, it comes with iced tea. And guess what? Guess where that water comes from?
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, my goal here is for awareness. Don't stop supporting local business, of course, but now you can be more aware of what you order at these places.
Wow. Yeah, and it's hard to go to your favorite place and say, listen, can you get filtered water? You know, because you know, they make so little profit for each seat, each person that orders food. It's they can't just say, oh yeah, let me order a 5,000. And I imagine commercially it costs more than a residential.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
yeah, I think the best thing restaurants can do is just offer bottled water.
Yeah. And bring your own water, guys. If you're gonna go out to eat at a restaurant, take your own little bottle of water you got in the car, and if you must drink water.
Because even the little water faucets that are around McAllen, because McAllen has a ton of them. They have a lot of walking trails. Even at the McAllen Convention Center, they have the water station that you drink for regular people, and then they also have the ones on the bottom that you give your dogs or I don't know what kind of pets people have nowadays. Maybe little tigers or something that they smuggle across. But the point is, you're giving your dogs this stuff too. So I know a lot of people love their dogs like they're their children. So it's just another thing to be aware of because dogs get sick too.
My cat drinks what I drink, and filtered clean water. I don't give her tap water.
Yeah, same with my dog too. I started giving him good water.
Hey, maybe next time you're around the airport, you know, they've got those filtered water fill-up stations where you can go put your bottle and fill it up. That's supposed to be filtered and clean also.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. They have one in Edinburgh at a little park that I tested, and it did not test like it was filtered. So, I mean,
very good to know.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's I don't know. In another few months, let's discuss some aspects of this again. I know you're busy, man. I know you got a lot of water testing going on.
Yeah.
So I do appreciate you coming on here. Everybody's been asking, and it's been like I said, it's been very interesting. And water is important, that's for sure. Try to find that book. It's called Water Cures. It's a small book. But the benefits of water, if you guys don't drink enough water, drink more water. Just, you're going to have to budget for it, you know, depending on how many cases you need. Sam's Club always has, I think, the best deals. That they usually sell a case of like 48 bottles for like $3 or $4, and that's pretty cheap.
Yeah.
So that's a good chance to just take a 20 spot and buy 3 or 4 cases, but drink more water still, just not tap water.
Just not tap water.
Hey, I appreciate you, man. Have a great night. Thanks for being here, and we'll definitely be in touch again.
Awesome, man. Thank you for having me.
All righty. Joshua, ladies and gentlemen.
See y'all later.
Well, that was interesting, and I'm holding my water like it's weird. It's been interesting and scary at the same time. That's what I should have asked him. Yeah, I'll ask him. I'll find out, and I'll put it in the comments. He's been looking for places to hold his I know it's on YouTube, but it's not. I don't think it's meant for public viewing yet. Maybe I could ask him. Hold on. Let me get Joshua. All right, I just sent him that. I've had the privilege to watch it before I interviewed him the first time a few months ago. But he could not share it publicly because he had an obligation with a film festival. Okay, it's going to release in December on YouTube. So as soon as that comes out, maybe we'll even do a viewing. If he doesn't mind, I can do a reaction video to it, and we'll do that when it comes out. He will let me know, and then I will. I'll let you know when that is, and maybe we can even do a viewing. So, thanks, Joshua, for that. And it is free. It'll be on YouTube, so it'll be free for everyone. Alrighty. Great stuff there. Hey, have a good night. I'm just thinking about, it was bothering me that, these very low income families, that they cannot, go out and buy bottled water, or they can't go out and get filtered water and fill up their jugs or whatever. And these other people, they're going to be affected the most, in the long run. And and it sucks. It's bad enough. Like now, the government shut down. So not only are they limited to food, but then they're limited to other things as well. And maybe some people buy water with their SNAP cards, but now they can't. And like I said, drinking a glass of water here or there may not harm you immediately unless it's got fecal matter in it. But with all those chemicals, that's something that builds up over time. So the more you drink it regularly in your life on a daily basis, that's when it's going to hurt you in the long run. So, just might be a cause to take up somehow. There's got to be, and then you got places they're trying to get water into, Africa or some desert locations that don't really have water or pumps, and they're trying to get installed pumps and dig for water, and people just don't get enough water at all. It's just not available. So, think about it. Pass the word around. This was a great program. Thank you all, and I will catch you on the rebound. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.